Voting Theory Class 12 Video 2. In this video we're going to do a couple examples of gerrymandering. So let's look at the first example. This example says there are two alternatives, and my alternatives are just called yellow and blue, and there are 42 voters. Okay, and this is a map of the voters. Okay, I've duplicated the map because I want to do something with the duplicate in a moment. So both these maps are exactly the same. So you should think about this as like a map of the states, and each square represents a voter, and the color represents what party they belong to, or what color they're going to vote for. So the yellow circle right here means that this voter is going to vote yellow. Okay, I know that in my state there are 6 seats available, and I have to have 7 voters per seat. Okay, so the question is how many seats does yellow win and how many seats does blue win? It's a reasonable question. Well, it all depends on how I choose my district. For example, if I choose a district like this, so if I district like this, each of these should have 7 voters each, so that's 7 circles each. Okay, so if I district like this, then how many seats did yellow win? Well, if we look at this first top left one, we see yellow has 3, blue has 4, so blue wins this one. If we look at the one underneath it, yellow has 3, blue has 4, so blue wins this one as well. And if we look at the one underneath that, yellow has 4, blue has 3, so yellow wins this one. Okay, if we look at the top right, yellow has 4, blue has 3, so yellow wins this one. If we look at the one underneath, yellow has 3 and blue has 4, so blue wins. And then if we look at the bottom one, blue has 3 and yellow has 4, so yellow wins. So this means that yellow wins 3 seats, and blue wins 3 seats. Okay, which is reasonable, because if you actually go back and count, you see that of the 42 voters, 21 vote yellow, i.e. 50% vote yellow. So having the seat split 3-3 seems nice and fair. But if I was like a yellow politician and I wanted to try and gerrymander this to make it so that yellow does better, I could do the following. So I could do something like this. And this. And this. And this. So this second scenario, I'm acting on behalf of like the yellow party, and I want to try and maximize the number of seats that yellow has. So now what happens? If we look at the top left district, yellow has 4, blue has 3, so yellow wins. If we look at the one underneath, yellow has 4, blue has 3, so yellow wins again. If we look at the top right district, blue has 3, yellow has 4, so yellow wins. If we look at the one underneath, blue has 6, and yellow has 1. So blue definitely wins this one. It wins by a large margin. Okay. If we look at the one underneath, yellow has 4, blue has 3, so yellow wins. And if we look at the one underneath, yellow has 4, blue has 3, so yellow wins again. So now yellow has 5 seats and blue has 1 seat. Okay, even though none of the voters have changed, like all of the voters are exactly the same, no single voter changed their votes. The only thing that's changed is how I draw the districts. But I've made it so that instead of having a 50-50 split, which is representative for how the voters voted, I now have a 5-1 split in the seats, which is very not representative for how the voters voted. And this is gerrymandering. This act of deliberately drawing these borders in a way to maximize like some sort of personal preference or something like this. This is gerrymandering. Let's look at another example. Let's do this example more algebraically, okay? So there's no map this time, I just want to do it algebraically so you see what's going on. So in this example I'm going to have 200 voters. 100 of them are going to vote for A and 100 of them are going to vote for B, okay? And there are going to be 4 districts, so that's 50 voters per district. Okay, and the question is like, how many seats does A win and how many seats does B win? Well, how can I gerrymander this in favor of one or the other? I could try and do something like as follows. So party A, party B. I could try and make the districts like, it would be convenient if I'm trying to gerrymander for party A, if I maybe make it so district 1 has 30 voters who want party A and 20 that want party B. District 2, 30, 20, 30, 20. And then district 4, well, there's only 10 voters left who voted for A, okay, and there are 40 voters left who voted for B. So in this scenario, A wins 3 seats and B wins 1 seat. Okay, B only wins D4, whereas A wins D1 to 3. So this would be, well, you could argue that this looks suspiciously gerrymandered in favor of A. And obviously you can do the exact same thing backwards. So party A, party B, D1, D2, D3, D4, 20, 20, 20, 40. Like, I can do the exact same thing backwards. So now A just wins 1 seat and B wins 3 seats. Okay, even though they both got 50% of the votes, right? There's 200 voters, 100 of them voted for A, 100 of them voted for B. So they both got 50% of the votes. Depending on how they district, how they draw these maps, they could end up winning 75% of the seats. Okay, this is gerrymandering. This practice of drawing the districts in such a way so that you artificially do better in the election, so that you win more seats in the election. Okay, that's the end of this video.